Okay, so let's, against my better judgment, we'll spend a segment on it. Pistons have made a move. Let me try to walk through it.
Fun.
This one's complicated, so kind of bear with me. They made a trade today to acquire Simone Fontecchio. No, I'm not related to him. Yes, he's from Italy. Who, for a part of this year when Lauri Markkanen was out for the Jazz, started. Also, fun side note, he lit your ass up the night the Jazz were here. Now, as a player, I don't hate it. He's 28. He's shooting a career-best 39% from three. He's actually a plus rebounder by analytics. I'm okay with it. Like, I could not possibly knock the player. That's not what I'm doing. Now, he's a restricted free agent. Here are the rules on that. Just whenever you see a guy who's a restricted free agent, generally speaking, if they're going to bail, it's in a sign and trade. So let's assume Fontecchio is yours. Okay, second-year player, shooting much better this year than last year. He fills a role here. You gave up Kevin Knox, who cares, and a second-round pick this year. Now, there's your issue. The second-round pick would be, for all intents and purposes, pick 32. That's first-round pick. A late one, but it's first-round pick. Here's the issue. When you zoom out away from it and go, all right, so a bad team wanted to get a 28-year-old guy who can be a stretch four, help this thing out, and he played on a, can I call the Jazz a decent team, a 500 team?
Yeah.
Like, they're not bad.
Yeah.
I can't knock that. But what if I told you the Pistons now don't have a second-round pick until 2027? Then add to the fact you still owe the Knicks a first-rounder in one of the next 3 years. That's where I need to see something else happen in order to fully go, okay, we're good here.
Yeah.
Monte Morris, Bogdanovich, Alec Burks. You got to get all those guys out of here to restock your picks cabinet. Why?
Because in all your deals, you've given away
That's
picks.
right. And if you're going to make a deal, what do we have to give up? Picks. So I can say I like the player, and I'm not, hey, look, I'm not saying tune in, Sunday night and Fontecchio is going to drop. No. Is he a player who's better for what you need than Isaiah Stewart? Is he better than what you need than the dead body of Danilo Gallinari or Mike Muscala or Kevin Knox? Yes. But I'm uncomfortable that we have allowed Troy Weaver to so deplete the war chest that even if I get rid of Weaver at the end of the year, which is my strong desire, the next guy will have nothing to work with.
Truly, you hear about the cupboards being empty. This is the epitome. This is the Wikipedia version of empty cupboards right here. I think it's almost malpractice that you let this man allow him to make deals, but every deal, and the Pistons gave away this pick as well, and they gave away this second-round pick, and you owe the Knicks.
That's all. Look, here's my thing. We can't just look at the deal in a vacuum. The deadline is tomorrow. Now, I would like to tell you that if I were able to ship out Morris, Bogdanovich, and Burks, I'm getting back no less than 4 second-round picks. I can replenish this thing. You might be able to get a first in there somewhere. Mm-hmm. The point I'm making is if you don't trade those players, then I can't get on board with stuff like this. I can't go into an offseason where I'm going to have to make a trade to acquire a player and have...
Or free agency.
But who? Realistically.
That's true.
Look at the free agent crop. So I just wanted to, we'll do one segment on it. I don't hate the player. I'm not making fun of him. I actually feel terrible for the kid. Wait, what? Detroit? I thought Salt Lake was bad.
What did I do?
They're 6-44.
Can I apologize to somebody? I'm sorry.
Who did I offend?
I didn't mean to park in your spot.
But I don't hate it. I don't. But, I mean, just keep an eye on it. We got less than 24 hours.
I don't hate it, Mike. I'm very uncomfortable that the fact that it's Weaver doing this because it's Weaver and he doesn't win these things. And it just seems like you're giving away the store. I don't know what your end game is. And maybe if I understood what they were trying to do, I could get on board.
I know.
But I don't. It's give away all your picks, put an extremely high value on your tradable pieces in order to win 6 games. None of this makes sense.
No, that's where I need to see the other shoe drop. Look, if they keep all these pieces around and they go into summer with no war chest, it really doesn't add up to me. What value does Alec Burks have to you? No, Alec Burks has a value to a team like the Sixers that need some outside shooting and a veteran, cheap. You know, like Xavier Tillman, the Celtics needed toughness, rebounding, an adult, injury insurance for Porzingis. That's Xavier Tillman to a T. I don't get what these players are doing here. So let's see. But, yeah, I'm not going to knock the player they got back. I mean, it's at least going to space the floor. It's at least going to give us someone new to watch. But, David, that's all I got for you.
See, but here's the thing, though. And I respect everything you're doing here because it's smart. It is the best thing you can do. But I'm going to give you 23 hours from now when the trade deadline has passed already, and I'm going to give you what the breaking news will be. The Pistons didn't make a move.
Don't say that.
That's what I believe. I believe they're not trading any of the individuals. They need to. Yes, they do, because you're right. They need some pieces, whether you're getting second-round picks, whatever. You need it. But they're not making a deal. I don't believe they will.
No, and what people don't understand is if you want to get involved in the moves that move the needle, all this cap space we have to hear about. If you want to trade for a player that moves the needle, the going rate in the NBA today is 3 to 4 first-round picks. You don't have it. The NBA has changed their rules. You can't be pickless anymore and just give away all your picks. It's a stagger. So this idea you would need to do pick swaps and or flat-out picks. I mean, Donovan Mitchell was, 3 or 4 picks. Rudy Gobert, 3 or 4 picks. And remember, 4 teams in basketball, the teams like the Spurs, the teams like Oklahoma City, I believe the Brooklyn Nets, 3 or 4 teams control the market, and they're inflating the price because those 4 teams control 35 first-round picks in the next 5 years. So I just fail to understand, okay, we brought in a player that I don't dislike, but he will not in any way, shape, or form result in huge win totals. If I'm going to get a player, the cap space is only a part of the story. Rico, you have to have picks. Even if you went and got LaVine, you were going to have to attach some picks. And I hate Zach LaVine. So just keep your eye on it. David, I hope your prediction's wrong. I can't tell you that it is. But the 3 names you have to get rid of, now that you have no second-round pick till 27, and you're short a first-round pick between now and 26, you got to get rid of Bogdanovich, Burks, Morris.
I guess what I'm hoping for is they become part of 3-way deals and they become the dumping ground for picks where the players go to the different teams and you get all the picks.
Need to see it. So not knocking the deal, but in the framework from a franchise standpoint, I just don't get how this man has been allowed to trade 3 second-round picks in as many weeks when he shouldn't even have a job.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you got to break it down and say, yes, nice player they got. It will help a little bit, but the other stuff is just no picks. Come on now, Weaver. Jesus.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's just so frustrating because I know I yell all the time. I know I do.
Especially today.
But Rico hears me yelling over there because they gave up a second-round pick. And
The best is David under his breath in a disgusted tone using the Lord's name in vain. I
need him right now.
Roberto, is there any way for us to have that as a drop? Might be the most satisfying audio we've had on this station ever. That was tremendous.
But David, I understand because you don't understand. Like, I can put up with rebuilding if I know what you're trying to do. Fans, okay, it's going to be bad this year. Like you look at the Tigers, like I see what you're trying to do. So
you know what the problem is? This is the other problem. Now you're at the mercy of what the rest of the league believes Fontecchio is worth. See, he'll be pursued in restricted free agency. So now the Pistons have to keep this guy. So if somebody goes to Fontecchio and goes, all right, you're a regular beef stew over here, and they sign you to 4 at 63, that's what you're paying this guy. So just understand, this isn't a one-night stand. This ain't a rental. You're marrying this guy. This is happening.
Can you say cap space gone?
Well, no, David, they talked about their cap space. What I'm saying is people have to view this as a part of the cap space. This, Cade's extension, and maybe Tobias Harris at 32 years old. There's your cap space. So what did it get us? 27 wins? Maybe? That's everything they do I grade out on. Does this change the paradigm? Does this change the conversation organizationally? So, hope you heard the words coming out of my mouth. I'm not anti-player here. But if some other team gets stupid, like when the Kings tried to sign Zach LaVine to a crazy deal, and then the Bulls decided we matched it. Like if somebody comes in at 4 for 80 for Fontecchio,
just to spite you,
you have to match it. All right. We can do some ticket texts. We can get a little football today, maybe a little Super Bowl. By the numbers. Roberto also morphing into Ryan Day by the day with his addiction to hair dye in his beard.
Addiction to hair dye.
It is. It's something. Tell him about it, Rico.